Welcome to Hard Choices, where we rank the fuckability of fictional characters to try and discover what lies in the dark, dank undercity of horniness. We'll find the median, zenith, and nadir, but really, this show is all about the corrupt politicians, slimy gangsters, and actual literal werewolves we fucked along the way. This month, we're diving into the most emotionally devastating long-form animated commercial for a Dota clone you can imagine. We're talking about Arcane. I'm your host, a rebellious bad boy with a heart of gold and, most importantly, a flying skateboard, Dan Mulkerin. Our first guest this week, graciously taking time off from her long hours in the sex forge known as the Relationship Mastery podcast, where she's been hammering erotic science beyond its limits, it's Vannette.
Hi there. I have a lot of expertise here because I have written an unhealthy amount of arcane erotic fan fiction.
Yes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Save some of that for the plugs at the end. That's exciting. And for the first time ever on this show, stepping imperiously off the airship she took from the faraway lands of the Gem Jammer podcast, it's the terrifying warlord who's going to make sure we don't fuck things up, Emmaline.
Piltover? I don't even know her.
Oh, that's good. Fuck.
And finally, scrambling onto their chair at the last moment, having lost track of time whilst digging through Silco's trash in search of things best left up to the imagination, it's MeganBob.
I know. I watched a show that made me cry. Incredible.
And you got horny about it. The range is incredible.
And I got horny. I mean, that was inevitable.
That's a low bar to clear, though.
I was going to say, I wouldn't have watched it if it didn't have the potential to make me horny. But to watch something that would make me cry, Dan knows, is like...
That's a tough ask, for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, I would truly rather die. I'm like, I'm going to have an emotion. Why don't you just shoot me in the face, Dan?
Wow, Bob really is becoming the monster Dan created.
This episode, we are looking at the Netflix series set in the world of League of Legends, Arcane. We've chosen 21 of the best, worst, and weirdest characters that the show has to offer, and have each ranked them from most fuckable to least fuckable. We're going to start off by revealing everyone's median entries, the number 11 slots, before working our way down the lists until we hit rock bottom, the nadir, number 21. After a brief recovery period, perhaps with some shimmer injections assisting us in the process, we'll then proceed back up to the top of the list, starting at number 10, and going until we hit the number 1 spots, the zenith. Along the way, we'll be briefly justifying our rankings, but each host has up to 3 big feels they can call upon in case they want to go into further depth about a particular character. Once we've gotten through the lists, we'll assemble the data together, crafting a final master list that definitively ranks all 21 characters. But not before taking a moment to unpack some of the choices and decisions we've made along the way. Now we're just about ready to get started, but first we must remind ourselves of the definition of the term fuckability. MeganBob, as the foremost scholar in this field, please share your knowledge with us.
Fuckability is not about what they look like. It's about what they fuck like. So assume you are into them, they are into you. How good is the sex, and what is it like?
We are poised, ready to dive into these characters, but first, a moment to acknowledge the honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list.
First honorable mention, Grayson. What the fuck were they thinking whenever they killed off a character voiced by Shora? God damn it, how do you say her last name?
Gushlu.
There we go. What?
Unforgivable.
This gravelly voiced Piltover sheriff definitely makes an impression despite her limited screen time. On my pussy. She made an impression on my pussy.
With that nose.
Unfortunately, yeah, fuck the nose. It's so good. Unfortunately, the character list here is a crowded field, and she doesn't last long enough to fully warrant a spot in the final list. However, she does in my bed.
Rennie. Rennie's more intriguing than she is actually developed as a character. Still, an angry mom with a love of chainsaws isn't nothing.
Number 3 is Cassandra and Tobias Kiraman. That's right, Caitlyn's parents very nearly made the final list in a shared slot. And we'd totally be down to party with this middle-aged couple, but let's be real, she's a council member, he's a doctor, maybe? Anyway, trying to line up their schedules seems like a nightmare.
And finally on the honorable mentions, Imagine Dragons. That's right, the band seen playing at the last drop in Season 1, Episode 5 is none other than America's answer to Nickelback. I tried to picture what it would be like getting wild in the green room with these guys, and oh, the misery.
Dan, that's very good.
That's so good.
Thank you. And now for the 21 characters we will be ranking.
Number 1, Vi, an orphan living in the Piltover Undercity of Zaun. Vi was separated at a young age from her sister Powder and their adoptive father Vander. Vi grew to adulthood in prison and has found that the problems of pollution, inequality, and crime that plagued her hometown have only gotten worse, thanks in no small part to her sister's heel turn. Likes include punching, hair dye, and poor coping mechanisms, such as punching and hair dye.
Number 2 is Jinx, Vi's younger sister, formerly known as Powder. She took the name Jinx after accidentally killing all of her adopted family during a botched rescue mission. Oops. Jinx was raised to adulthood by the crime lord Silco, becoming both his surrogate daughter and deadliest enforcer. Likes include monkeys, sharks, and circus tent pants.
Jayce Tallis, a young technological prodigy whose early encounter with magic inspired him to try and use science to replicate the powers of the Arcane. His success leads to him being elevated to the Piltover Council as his hex tech spreads across the city, until he learns that, actually, the entire system is deeply flawed and has put the city on a crash course with a magical apocalypse in the immediate future. Whoopsie! Maybe he will be waking up to ash and dust. Likes include hammers, ignoring common sense, and being blissfully ignorant of homoerotic tension. Don't you worry, Jayce, the fanfic writers have you covered on that front.
Number 4, Viktor. Jayce's creative partner and co-inventor of Hextech. Viktor grew up poor in the Undercity, the exposure to the pollution of which left him with lifelong chronic illness. After experimenting with the drug Shimmer and being bonded with Jayce's hex core, Viktor ends up infused with magical energies and becomes a techno-magical cult leader. Likes include toy boats, long runs on the beach, and doing that face touch thing from the movie Face Off. We assume.
Number 5, Caitlyn Kiraman. Daughter of a Piltover council member and heir to a wealthy and prestigious House Kiraman. Caitlyn decided to use her phenomenal marksmanship skills to become an enforcer. Her quest to enforce law and order in Piltover becomes complicated when she starts falling for Vi, and even more complicated still when Vi's sister Jinx ends up responsible for the death of Caitlyn's mother. Likes include guns, fancy hats, and cunnilingus.
Number 6 is Mel Medarda, an intelligent and ambitious member of the Piltover Council and heir to the Noxian House Medarda. Mel has a somewhat contentious relationship with her mother, Ambessa, and later learns that she inherited the ability to use magic from the nameless mage who fathered her, which she uses to fight back against Ambessa's attempts to conquer Piltover. Likes include gold makeup, soft cushions, and using children's toys as power plays.
Number 7 is Cecil B. Heimerdinger, a diminutive Yordle who helped found the city of Piltover centuries ago and now serves on its council as well as the Dean of Piltover Academy. Heimerdinger is a lifelong scientist with a great love for research and discovery, but his encounters with magic during the Rune Wars lead him to urge caution with Jayce's Hextech. Predictably, no one in Piltover listens to him, and predictably things don't go great. Likes include pretending to be a spy, pretending to be a rock star, and that little fluffy dog thing that follows him around.
No.
Number 8, Echo. A young inventor living in the Piltover Lanes. Echo leads the Firelights, a group dedicated to protecting the citizens of the Undercity from the predations of both enforcers and shimmer-peddling criminals like Silco. Echo sports a cool flying skateboard, a cricket bat sword, and, after a jaunt into an alternate universe, a device that lets him rewind time. Likes include trees, timepieces, and saying no to drugs.
Number 9.
He's a nice young man.
He is a nice young man.
He is.
Number 9, Ambessa Medarda. a Noxian general and Mel's estranged mother. Ambessa is powerful and intimidating, ruthless and uncompromising, willing to do anything and everything necessary for her nation and her family. Likes include local sex workers, taking work meetings in the nude, and wolves. Speaking of which...
Number 10, Vander. An undercity bartender and surrogate father to Vi, Powder, and a handful of other moppets before his untimely death during a struggle with Silco. Singed takes Vander's body and, after some experiments, transforms him into the science werewolf known as Warwick. Likes include jukeboxes, swimming with friends, and dying tragically.
Number 11, Corin Singed Revok, a disgraced alchemist whose quest to save his dying daughter led him from the Piltover Academy down to the Undercity, where he helped produce the drug Shimmer after throwing in his lot with Silco. Likes include scarves, cryogenics, and giant axolotl lizards. Maybe put an asterisk by that last one.
Number 12, Silco. The main villain of Season 1, Silco is a crime lord and revolutionary with designs to turn the Piltover Undercity into its own independent city-state of Zaun, primarily by flooding the Undercity with the drug Shimmer. Silco took Jinx under his wing after the death of Vander and used her as an agent of his will, while also seeming to genuinely care for her as a daughter. Likes include speaking softly, high-back chairs, and proper usage of gas masks.
Number 13, Savika. A burly Undercity resident who joined up with Silco after becoming disillusioned with Vander's calls for peace. Savika has quite an arc through the series, losing and gaining multiple arms, butting heads with Jinx, and nearly betraying Silco, ultimately ending up representing the Undercity as a member of the Piltover Council. Likes include cigars, sleeveless shirts, and triple crosses.
Number 14, LeBlanc. The so-called illusionary sorceress who leads the mysterious secret society known as the Black Rose. LeBlanc is a mysterious figure with a decades-old feud against the Medarda family generally, and Ambessa specifically. Likes include plotting, impressions, and botany.
Number 15, Alira Sarlo, a member of the Piltover Council. Sarlo was just your garden variety corrupt politician until Jinx's attack on the council left him both partially paralyzed and fully radicalized. Sarlo dives into deeper and darker solutions for his paralysis, ultimately finding his way to Viktor, who uses his powers to heal him and induct him into his cult. Likes includes cashews, live theater, and hypocrisy.
Number 16, Marcus, the sheriff of the Piltover Police Department in Season 1. Despite his overbearing, tough-on-crime facade, Marcus has been forced into a secret partnership with Silco, becoming little more than a self-hating puppet for the crime lord by the end of the season. Well, not by the end of the season. He gets blown up by Jinx before the last episode. Ah well. I'm sure that's the last time we'll ever have to worry about corruption in the Enforcers. Likes include apathy, self-hatred, and mustaches.
Number 17, Maddie Nolan. The young, red-haired, Scottish-voiced enforcer that joins Caitlyn's strike team in Season 2. After Caitlyn and Vi end up on the outs, Caitlyn and Maddie become lovers, only for Maddie to betray Caitlyn during the final battle, revealing herself to be a sleeper agent working for Ambessa. Likes include sunscreen, not wearing a protective helmet, and nationalism.
Number 18, Benzo. Sarcastic but good-natured pawn shop owner, longtime friend of Vander's, and surrogate father to Echo. Benzo largely supports Vander's efforts to maintain peace and safety in the Undercity, making it all the more tragic when he's cut down by one of Silco's men early in the first season. Likes include scowling, mutton chops, and lead pipes.
Number 19, Finn, an Undercity chem baron with a metal jaw, more tattoos than bare skin, and a lighter he constantly does tricks with. Finn is one of the more ambitious chem barons, making a gutsy but ultimately doomed play for Silco's throne. Likes include manipulation, fingerless gloves, and breathing.
Number 20, Smeech. A rat-like Yordle with a set of cybernetic limbs, a bad toupee, and a wardrobe assembled from Charles Dickens's trash bin. Smeech is one of the chem barons who, unlike Finn, has the good sense not to move openly against Silco. Unfortunately, he does decide he's up to the task of taking down Jinx. That one doesn't go well for him. Likes include prosthetics, being tall, and murder.
Finally, number 21, Huck. This guy has quite the arc over the course of Arcane's 2 seasons. He starts off as a down-on-his-luck, glasses-wearing Zaunite getting screwed over by 2 much savvier gangsters, then ends up as a tumor-ridden shimmer addict forced to mug people for money, then finally gets something approaching a win by joining Viktor's cult and getting his addiction, tumors, and seemingly his nearsightedness removed all at the same time. Then he gets turned into one of Viktor's faceless robot puppets. Likes include making great decisions.
After a list like that, how can you not be horny?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start ranking these characters, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's start right in the middle, as we always do, with our medians, number 11. Anna, why don't you start us off? Who is your number 11?
My number 11 is Mel Medarda.
Oh.
Fascinating.
I know.
Defend yourself.
Mel is a woman under a lot of stress. She needs to blow off steam. And for some reason, in this hypothetical, she has chosen me to help her with that. I just don't think I can live up to her standards. This is one of the most beautiful women in the entire world, with literal golden freckles and golden tattoos and even green gold eyes, and she wants me? That's a lot of pressure.
No.
That's so fair, though.
Yeah.
Wow. Claire, who's your number 11?
My number 11 is Vi. Because the question is, which Vi are we talking about? Pissed off prison Vi, fairly hot. Sad sack cop Vi, not hot at all. Drunk pit fighter Vi, so hot. She's kind of all over the map, which sort of sticks her right in the middle. Plus, she's a bottom who thinks she's a top, so that's going to hamper her performance.
My number 11 is Marcus.
Really?
Yeah,
That
Marcus
high?
is a piece of shit, but like, he's a piece of shit who's willing to do literally whatever he needs to for the people that he cares about. He lets his life fall absolutely to ruins to make sure that his daughter stays safe and happy. I think if he's into you, like, even if he's not planning on putting a ring on it or anything, like, that same level of care and concern is going to extend to you. And that means he's going to do whatever it takes to make you happy. Like, he'll probably give himself an aneurysm in the process, but the dude has, well, not conviction per se, but he's shown himself willing to absolutely debase himself if and when the situation calls for it.
That's a plus for you.
I like dedication. What can I say?
Dan, my number 11 is also Marcus.
Fascinating.
We never match.
Bob, it would be wild if this was the one where we're just, like, completely synced up the entire time.
It would be like for once you and I watched the same show.
I know. Well, all right. Well, so far so good.
Okay.
Let's see how it keeps going.
Okay.
But tell us about Marcus first.
Well, ACAB. But is it hotter to fuck a corrupt cop? Yes. Yes, it is. Fuck me with a dick that's as hardened by regret as you are, baby. Fuck.
Wow.
He's gonna hate himself so much, and it's gonna be delicious.
That's fair.
All right. Great start, everyone. Let's keep moving on down the list. Claire, who is your number 12?
Oh, this is a hard one for me because I had to remind myself it's not about looks, it's about fuckability. My number 12 is Jayce Tallis.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks wise, he would be right up near the top of the pack. He's gorgeous. But I feel like he doesn't really bring a lot to the table. He is the bottomiest bottom who ever bottomed, and not a power bottom. He kind of developed some power bottom vibes in season 2. You know, he's figuring out what he wants. He's executing his agenda, but ultimately he's still hung up on his ex. The beard is super hot, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to go right now because my number 12 is also Jayce.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, I get that the dude is like a once-in-a-generation inventive genius who redefines technology as we know it and all that, but at the same time, like, the dude just really likes hammers, doesn't he? Like, we know the metaphor of what the world looks like to a man with a hammer, and, like, Jayce Jayce seems like he might not be able to recognize or identify objects that are not hammers. So no, I don't think he's going to be especially creative in bed.
Yeah.
But he's gonna do what hammers do.
Yeah.
It's not great if you're looking for something world-changing, but it's not bad if your main goal is to get nailed.
Hey,
Yeah.
MeganBob, who's your number 12?
Maddie Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
I hate her.
Speaking of
I hate
corrupt
her
cops.
so Yeah, I hate her so fucking much. Clearly she's good. She gets into Caitlyn's bed, so she has the interpersonal skills and the pussy eating skills to make herself an appealing mate. So I cannot rank her that low. But also, fuck this bitch! Oh!
Okay, that just leaves Anna. Who is your number 12?
My number 12 is also Maddie.
Wow.
Okay, good.
Wow. A lot of matching up going on.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, so Maddie's an interesting one. She's singularly loyal, but also incredibly sly and has a flawless poker face. I just don't think I could ever trust her.
Yeah.
Thankfully, for the purposes of the exercise, I don't have to trust her, I only have to fuck her. And listen, short woman, with freckles, voiced by Katie Townsend, no less. Yeah, no, I'm in.
That brings us on to our number 13s. I will start this one off. My number 13 is Caitlyn.
Wow.
Caitlyn might be a virgin at the start of the show, but when she and Vi infiltrate Babette's brothel and Caitlyn is like suddenly put on the spot to pretend to be someone else, she immediately, if awkwardly, jumps at the chance to invent a backstory and put on a funny voice. Like, this is a born role player. Just aching for the chance to play out all the naughty fantasies and stories she's had bubbling in the back of her head ever since she hit puberty. Now, does she have a lot of actual experience in bed? No, of course she doesn't. Are a lot of her fantasies going to be relatively vanilla and uncreative? Almost certainly. But in my opinion, you can do a lot worse than hook up with someone who's eager and full of ideas.
No.
MeganBob, how about you? Who's your 13?
I don't know if this is going to be controversial or not, but Victor.
Oh.
Really engaging with non-normative bodies during sex is powerful and affirming. I want to absolutely worship Victor and show him that regardless of how he perceives his body, I perceive it as desirable and worthy of pleasure. I don't need Victor to be so grateful to me for that he eats me out until I scream. That's not why I'm doing this. But also, I do want him to eat me out until I scream.
It's a bonus.
Yes, absolutely.
How about you, Anna? Who's your 13?
My number 13 is Ambessa Medada.
What?
Wow! Okay, well,
That's a spicy
okay,
take.
Go ahead.
Ambessa. She is horny for sex and for violence. And when she summons you, and believe me, you will only approach her when you're summoned, you will be turning up the charm 100%, giving her everything you've got, and she will be eyeing you like the piece of meat you are, and then you'll be thrown away, and then you will thank her for it. And in terms of having any agency at all, you would have no chance, and I think I would prefer to feel like I have a chance. I would watch Ambessa fuck someone else, but being that piece of meat, not for me.
All right. That brings us now to Claire. Who's your 13?
My number 13 is Smeech.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be some fun feral weirdo energy there. Like he gets really into violence, which sometimes can translate over.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think though he's all business, so he doesn't really he probably doesn't invest a lot of time and energy into being great in bed. I just feel like there's kind of an unpredictable, loose cannon aspect there.
Love this.
Unpredictable for sure. Let's move on now to our 14s, and we'll start with MeganBob. Who's your 14?
Echo. What a cutie. Oh my God. He's going to be so sweetly shy and enthusiastic. Kit's not here to say it, so I will. I'm going to teach him. I want to watch this absolute sweetheart lose control and get a feral edge to him because he definitely has it in there somewhere. He'll take direction, he'll try hard, he'll practice diligently, and he'll shyly hold your hand after sex. I know.
Wow.
Sure,
It's true.
I'd rather someone older and rougher around the edges, but Echo is going to make someone very happy, even if it's not necessarily me.
Funny you mentioned that. My number 14 is also Echo.
Oh.
Echo, yeah, it's like you said, he is a darling. He's so smart, and he's so capable, and he's one of the most optimistic and uplifting forces in the entire show. I think he'd be a joy to teach.
Yeah.
He'd be respectful and caring, but he'd bring some energy when he gets into it. He's a nice young man.
Yeah.
How about you, Claire? Who's your 14?
My number 14 is Finn.
Love it.
The jaw is cool and everything,
Yes.
but it's not really conducive to making out, getting head. You know, it's a hard piece of metal that's not even shaped like something I can put inside me. So why would I be interested? He thinks he's way smarter than he actually is. So I just feel like he's going to be super arrogant and thinks he knows what he's doing and he doesn't. And at the end of the day, he's kind of a bitch.
Brutal.
It's true.
You know, you say it's not shaped like something you could put inside you, but you have been on Aloe and Ace are on the case, Claire. So
It's
I don't know. I
true.
feel
That's
like
very fair.
I
You
feel
know,
like
if it was
you've had your
detached-
horizons expanded.
Yeah, if it was detached from his face, there would be some more flexibility involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet you Sheehan can hook you up with that. And yeah, my number 14 is also Finn.
Oh, wow. What a weird
yeah.
episode this
The
is.
standard deviations are going to be very low.
Yeah. A lot of very tight clustering on this list.
Yeah,
so to speak.
But yeah, as for Finn, guarantee you he carries a dog-eared copy of the game in his back pocket.
Oh, no.
And unnecessarily so, I might add, because he can quote it chapter and verse from memory.
Oh, no.
That brings us now to our number 15s. MeganBob, start us off again with this one. Who's your 15?
Cecil B. Heimerdinger. Obviously.
Oh.
He's made his own bespoke sex toys, and they work perfectly and safely, which is a delight. I can't get over the fact that he's probably going to eat pussy the way a dog eats peanut butter. That, I want to say, that's not a deal breaker, to be clear. It's just, it is a factor.
Yeah, I'm going to say right now, Bob, I'm going to call my shot. I think there's someone significantly higher, maybe at the top of your list, who also eats pussy like a dog. So we'll see how my prediction goes in a bit. All right, my number 15 is Alira Salo. It has never once occurred to this guy that people other than him are capable of experiencing sexual pleasure. It would be possible to convince him of this fact, but much harder to convince him that other people are just as deserving of sexual pleasure as he is. This only gets as high on my list as it does because I'm sure the sheets are nice and you're gonna get some good food before and afterwards.
Not nothing.
Claire, who is your 15?
My number 15 is Benzo.
Nice.
I feel like he's a sweetheart. He's a sensible guy. He doesn't take any shit. But I also feel like he's kind of a grump. He's probably a bit slovenly, and he's just past his glory days. Young Benzo would probably rank higher. But Benzo, by the time we get to him, is he's tired, okay? He's really tired. He's got a business to run. He's got a crazy kid to look after.
Yeah. That just leaves Anna. Who's your 15?
My number 15 is Jayce Tallis. Now, Jayce is a charming young man. He's strong, and he's gentle, and he's smart, and he's passionate. I think he'd bring me flowers, and wine, and dine me, and take me home for some extremely normal and vanilla sex. Not bad, just normal.
Yeah.
Regular
But
type.
it does say something when your solid 5 out of 10 is 15 on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of speaks to what the final rating of this universe is going to be, I'm sure.
I love
Very
the,
fuckable cast.
I love the idea
Yeah.
of like describing sex as like, we had sex. It was so normal, you guys. It was so normal.
That really makes it seem like it wasn't normal. I just want to put it out there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if I ever say that, you're going to be like, what the fuck happened, Bob?
Oh no, are you okay?
Say that coming home from a kink event. You're like, guys, it was so normal there.
It's my kink, actually. The most normal sex possible.
Yeah.
Median
That's a fascinating
sex.
way of looking at it. That brings us on now to our number 16s. I will start us off this round. My number 16 is Silco.
Whoa.
Hold on. I need a minute.
Interesting.
I need to.
Yeah.
I need to recover from this blow. Okay.
Get ready save it for the unpacking section.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm inducing some big feels in everyone this evening. So Silco is a guy who needs therapy way more than he needs a good fuck. And basically he has no interest in either. He might say yes to a hookup with you, like that is kind of the premise of this show, but it's only because he wants to put you in a position where he can monologue to you about the depravity of the upper class and the socioeconomic history of Zaun. I don't think that counts as sex, even if he does come in his pants at the end of it, which he will. Claire, I'm guessing your number 16 is not Silco. Who is yours?
It's not. My number 16 is Ambessa Medarda.
What?
You people are out of your minds.
I know. Ambessa is really hot to me. Ambessa is a sexy looking person with a cool aura, but here's my problem. Ambessa would try a little because she wants you to find her cool. She wants to impress you. She kind of has a swagger that's like, I feel like there's a little kernel there where she amps up her swagger because she knows that she needs to amp up her swagger, you know? But mostly I feel like she's going to assume that her very presence is enough to make you come without actually checking to see if that's true.
Yeah.
It might, though. It might.
Hey, you know what? If it does, that's great.
Well, so far the number 16 slot has been the one that makes everyone else clutch their pearls in shock. So, Anna, let's see if you are continuing that trend with your number 16.
My number 16 is Benzo.
Okay. All right.
No pearl clutching. He's a big, gentle softie. He's older, so he doesn't have a ton of stamina, but he's laid back and probably just wants something simple and uncomplicated. I don't think he'd be an incredible world shaker, but I think he'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That just leaves you, Bob. Who's your 16?
Sallow.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sallow is deeply dangerous for me because he only cares about Shimmer and being high, and I like to match the headspace of that my partners are in, and I don't do hard drugs. So I can either take a huge risk and be like, today's the day, join him in a Shimmer reverie of sensual, drug-addled sexual bliss, or I can be the sober one and just sort of be like, your dick doesn't work. This sucks. So for my safety, I am choosing limp dick Sallow, and that's no fun. But it is upholding the foolish and youthful promise I made to say no to drugs.
I love how you're being so much more responsible than I will be in my top 10.
Oh, well, yeah. My top 10's definitely some choices.
Oh, very exciting. Stay tuned for more of that. We are at our number 17s right now, though. Claire, who is your 17?
My 17 is Singed.
Nice.
I get the most asexual and sex-averse vibes I have ever gotten off of anyone from Singed. I feel like it just doesn't even register as a worthwhile activity to him because he always has something better to do. I feel like if he did have sex, it would be for research purposes. He'd be taking notes the whole time. His heart really wouldn't be in it. I feel like if he does fuck, it's only after drugging you into unconsciousness, which is not super my thing. So yeah, I'm going to put him down at 17.
Yeah. Not unreasonable. Anna, who's your 17?
My number 17 is Huck. First appearance.
Yeah.
It's my experience that people in the bedroom usually take a role that's different to their everyday life. The wealthy and powerful love to take submissive roles, and the frustrated and powerless love to be the most savage dominants. And that's Huck's arc. He wanted to see what it was like to make other people afraid. So I put it to you that Huck is initially submissive until you make him comfortable, and then he turns out to be a sadistic monster in bed. Which is not my first choice. I can work with it, but it's not my first choice. In fact, it's my 17th choice.
Okay, Bob, who's your 17?
Jinx. First appearance of Jinx on the list. Let's assume she can consent and it's all fine. Like, obviously, let's stipulate for this.
Obviously.
It's fine. Even under those circumstances, I am forced to ask myself, what does she think is sexy and fun? Because in a very uncomfortable, but not unhot, quasi-father relationship with Silco, she lovingly shoots him in the fucking eye with drugs. I know, the people who haven't watched this are going, what the fuck is this show you guys are talking about?
Yeah.
That's one of the nicest things she does in the whole show.
It is.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a fucked up show. It's real fucked up and it's so good. But my point is, I don't think she has a conception of pleasure that's compatible with my conception of pleasure. And on that basis, this is going to be a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
So valid.
Yeah. That just leaves me. My number 17 is Heimerdinger.
Nice.
Now, young one, I can understand that when the siren song of one's own libido fills your ears, it can be difficult to resist the urge to rush headlong into pleasure and its subsequent release. But take it from me, I have seen enough during my long years to know that one must take one's time with this. Oh, don't worry, I'll make you come, of course. Sometime next week, I should think. End of the month at the very latest. But first, let me bust out this acoustic guitar that's been sitting conspicuously in the corner of the room. Do you like Wonderwall by any chance?
Fuck me.
That's real good.
That was great.
All right.
Very good impression.
Oh, thank you. I was slipping into my Skeletor voice as I often do.
You know, it's a fine line between Heimerdinger and Skeletor.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we are on to our number 18s now. Anna, start us off, please. Who is your 18?
My 18 is Finn, and my reasoning is mostly the same as the other ones that have come before me. I don't want that metal jaw anywhere near my junk. No. That is some people's cup of tea, but the only metal should that be down there for me is piercing jewelry.
Yeah.
Not to mention, he'll be a brat, he'll be a whiner, and that's not a deal breaker itself, as you'll see later. But this guy has delusions of grandeur, so he's going to spend the entire time trying to convince me, and himself, that he's actually totally dominant, that he's actually a big man, and I just don't want to fucking deal with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No arguments here. MeganBob, who's your 18?
Smeech! I am so scared that he has a steampunk super dick that he's gonna insist on using, because pretty obviously, like, guys, a Yordle dick is gonna be like trying to fuck a half-eaten baby carrot. Like, this is not auspicious. So
Megan Robert!
Even if I let him fuck me with that monstrosity, which I would not, it would pinch places I don't want pinched, and it would probably overheat places I don't want overheated. That said, guys, I gotta know what he put into the super dick for cum. I have to know. I'll put on an oven
shimmer.
mitt. I'm gonna put on an oven mitt. Yeah, right? What did he put shimmer in there? Maybe he put shimmer in.
It's gotta be.
Who the fuck knows? Could be anything. He could be a real freak and have saved up his own cum and put it into a special cum chamber. But he, like, I don't know. This guy's a freak.
Holy shit.
Little known fact, Yordles have very small dicks, but they produce prodigious amount of cum.
Headcanon accepted, Claire. Headcanon accepted.
High five.
Boy, I have so many thoughts about Yordle dicks now. Thoughts that I never thought I'd be contemplating. Let's move on. My number 18, and it breaks my heart to say this, is Echo.
Aww.
Despite getting around on a flying skateboard Echo hasn't had fun since he was like 11 years old.
Oh.
And I don't think he has any plans to start now.
Oh.
It's true.
And you won't even give him the chance.
It breaks... I gave him the chance. That's my analysis after the fact. Has nothing to do with me saying yes or no. Claire, who's your 18?
My number 18 is Marcus. Unlike Vi, who was briefly a sad sack cop, Marcus has always been a sad sack cop when he wasn't being a power-tripping sad sack cop, and there's just nothing appealing about that whatsoever. I do not want a mustache ride.
We are moving on now. We're down to our bottom 3. Let's start our number 19s with Anna. Who is your number 19?
My number 19 is Smeech.
Love it.
For mostly the same reasons as MeganBob. Smeech terrifies me. He's a maniac with knife hands. Yes, he can twist and rotate his body into insane contortions, but it's like you said, all I can think of is pinch points and overheating components. No thank you.
Yeah.
That said, I'm bumping him up from a few notches from the bottom because of the hate sex potential.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Critical to consider.
It is the only thing that is juggling these bottom 3.
My number 19 is Huck.
Mm-hmm.
Call me a pessimist, but I look at this nebbishy weirdo who has never once had a moment of justifiable self-confidence in his life. And for whatever reason, I don't feel all that sanguine about trusting my pleasure to him. Like, he's gonna stop partway through the fuck to apologize just because he assumes he's already done something wrong.
Oh,
like,
no.
this is a man who has never once in his life thought, yeah, I handled that situation well, and I don't think he has any plans to break that record anytime soon.
oh my god.
Oh, no.
Dan, my number 19 is also Huck.
There we go.
Wow. Okay.
It's very simple. I can't finish if someone looks at me with hope in their eyes.
Oh, tough but fair. All right, Claire, that just leaves you. Who's your 19?
My 19 is Solo. A running theme for me as we get towards the bottom of the list is patheticness tends to be the quality that really makes characters drop to the hits of the list for me. Solo is snobby, spineless political puppet who later becomes an actual puppet. There's no agency involved here. He definitely cries during sex in a bad way. And his drug abuse has opium den vibes, and while opium dens sometimes in fiction seem sexy, no one's fucking in an opium den. They're just kind of flopped out. So I definitely see limp dick in my future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on now to number 20. Claire, start us off this time. Who's your 20?
My number 20 is Huck.
Nice.
Poor guy.
As I said,
poor guy.
Patheticness sinks you on this list. He started out as a dork. He became a rock bottom begging addict. And then he turned to like a sanctimonious proselytizing, pamphlet handing youth preacher. Like, I don't know. There's not been a sexy vibe at all here. He has nothing to offer.
Accurate. Okay, Bob, who's your 20?
Singed. I feel like his version of sex has a lot of knives and drugs in it. And that's not a no, but like...
I was going to say, how is that so far down the list then? I don't know.
I need significantly more details about how exactly said knives and drugs will be involved before I can rank him any higher than this.
Man, where did these standards come from, Bob? I feel like young you would be disgusted.
Oh no, am I becoming sensible in my old age?
Shocking.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Anna, who's your 20?
My number 20 is Vander.
What? Sorry.
Wow. All right, go ahead.
So this entry is both Vander and Warwick, but I can't put this in two places, so I had to consider carefully. I think sex with Vander would be fine. He's a big fella, might be strong enough to throw even me around, and that'd be nice. But Warwick would kill me. Just straight up kill me. He's got sharp claws, so he'd draw blood, and he goes berserk at the smell of blood, and then I'm dead. And listen, I'm a bit of a monster fucker, but I'm no Annie Creighton. So there is monster fucking, and then there is monster fucking that will kill me, and that is not my jam. So down the list he goes.
Wow.
Sorry, Vanda. If
More
you were
for
alive,
us.
you would have been you'd been up there with Benzo.
What?
Wow.
But you're not.
Wow.
Still too low. Wow.
Shocking. Your first time on, and you are just making some bold proclamations.
Shots are fired.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Just barging in with the incendiary takes.
All right, that just leaves me for 20, and my number 20 is Smeech.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
This nasty freak is into some gross shit. Like, y'all have already touched on a lot of stuff. You know, the pinch points, the dick of some kind of unusual size and configuration. Definitely on one end of the scale or the other, maybe both.
Swiss Army dick.
There you go. But it's all bad. Like, it's all bad attachments. Like, I shudder to think of what some of the less used cyborg attachments he
Oh
has
my
are intended
God.
for, but
Oh
they'll
no.
almost certainly give me an infection.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I just...
Yes, 100%.
He doesn't wash that shit.
No,
No.
that's fair.
Ugh. But he's not my 21. We're at 21 now. The bottom of the list.
Wow.
The nadir. Anna, what ridiculous thing are you about to say is your number 21?
Marcus.
Okay.
So-
Okay, that's not too
Okay.
ridiculous.
Yeah, actually quite sensible, yeah. So, yeah, this guy's a piece of work. He's a crooked cop. And Dan, you said he cares about his daughter. But what I say is he only cares about his daughter. He gives me nothing. It all goes to his daughter. He comes home from work, hangs up his hats, you have a quick root, and then he's off to do some paperwork or deliver bribes or whatever, or lick Silco's boots. He would give me absolutely nothing, and that is worse than giving me something bad.
Mm.
Wise words.
Claire, how about you? Who's your 21?
Hey. My 21, I have big feels about this, apparently.
Nice.
Because every time you people have mentioned him, my gorge was literally rising. My number 21 is Heimerdinger.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Heimerdinger! Heimerdinger does not fuck. Heimerdinger should not fuck. Heimerdinger must not fuck. I hope Heimerdinger is a Ken doll down there. I hope it's never even occurred to Heimerdinger to create a sex toy. I do need to emphasize that I am not racist against Yordles because, for example, Babette, the Yordle madam who we briefly meet in
Yeah.
Arcane, very hot. I was sad she was not on the honorable mentions. Any day of the week, I'd be down for Babette. In League, there's another Yordle named Ziggs who's kind of wild and crazy, and I'd be down to get around, no problem. I am racist against tiny, whimsical tyrants, because the true villain of Arcane is truly Cecil B. Heimerdinger, who has been running Piltover for
wow.
centuries, while Zaun has been completely falling to shit.
I like this. I like this.
I fully agree with you. That really hit home this last time I watched. I was like, wait a second.
minute.
This dude's a piece of crap. All right, very good. My number 21 is a big feels. My number 21 is Jinx.
Oh.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So on one level, I can see where you'd look at this lithe, Harley Quinn-ass anti-hero who has no respect for others' personal space and assume she's gonna be a good fuck. Clearly that's the conclusion that the internet as a whole has come to.
Yeah.
But I disagree. Jinx, to me, just doesn't seem that interested in sex. When she talks to Vi about Vi's relationship with Caitlyn, Jinx says that she hopes Vi and Caitlyn have, quote, you know, like, there are so many words you can use to talk about sex, and she can't even say any of them. The very thought of it seems repellent to her. And maybe it's because in that one specific case, she's talking, you know, to her sister about her sister having sex. But I don't know. I just think she'd be a lot happier blowing shit up than blowing my mind. But like, okay, if you take the premise of the show seriously, this show, not Arcane, if you take the premise of this show seriously, Jinx would set off with a night with you with the best of intentions. Like, she'd probably approach preparing a date with the same type of craft and preparation that she does to like set up ambushes or death traps. And that's cool. Like, legitimately, like, seeing what she comes up with to impress you would honestly almost make the whole thing worth it. But the thing is, it's not going to be worth it in the end. Like, you're going to say something wrong, or she'll imagine you said something wrong, and then she immediately starts spiraling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, best case scenario, you end up having to talk her down from the ledge, maybe literally. And worst case scenario, you discover that while she was happy to see you a few minutes ago, that is a gun in her pocket, and you may have to hurriedly pull your pants on as you beat a hasty retreat from her underground lair.
Reasonable.
Okay, fair enough. Don't agree, but you've made your point well.
Yeah, there's two empty Jinx slots on this list, so I'm assuming I'll get some rebuttals in a bit here. That just leaves Bob. Who's your number 21?
Finn.
Yeah.
What a little edgelord. No, of course he can't fuck. He's going to try to fuck me, and when it doesn't go to plan, he's going to pout about it, and then he's going to sulk for an extended period of time. I do not love tattoos enough to put up with this. The only thing that makes me say yes, I would fuck him, is so I can put him this low. He would hate it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
As soon as I realized that Finn was going to be my 21, I was like, oh, that's delicious.
Yeah, that almost makes it worth
Absolutely. Be like, I fucked you.
That's
and
really
you were
good.
the worst person I fucked. Oh,
Yeah.
so fun.
Well, our family is shattered, our dreams dashed, our podcast goes up in flames. We turn away, disappearing into the darkness, swearing never again to talk publicly about how we think cartoon characters fuck. 8 years later, we meet back up again in the burned skeleton of our podcast. Our faces have some more lines, and all of us have grown giant angst beards to show how dark and broody we are now. But we've decided we're not giving up, not that easily. It's time to get back in the fight and not stop until we reach the zenith. And we're starting with number 10. MeganBob, who's your number 10?
First appearance on the list, LeBlanc.
Wow.
I know. Maybe this is controversial, but to put her this low, but what a good mindfuck. What a great mindfuck.
Absolutely.
I do not think she's big into consent, so don't fuck her without factoring that in. But if you want to be brought into a headspace where lies become reality and you can't escape until she lets you, she is the one for you. I know you're saying, Bob, that sounds bad and dangerous, but like, imagine the scene where Mel is imprisoned with her brother and it turns out that her brother is an illusion or whatever. But replace that with a room full of everyone you've ever wanted to just like absolutely plow you like a Chicago street in February. My dream is Dr. Doom and Namor at the same time. The most
She can make that happen.
Exactly. The most arrogant Eiffel Tower ever. Oh.
And that's your number 10.
Because it's not real. It's not really Dr. Doom and Namor. Are you kidding? I understand what reality is, Dan.
My number 10 is Viktor.
Love it.
I think Viktor would largely be pretty good. Like, he's emotionally smart, but also, he's in that particular spot where he craves comfort and human connection. And, all of that is more than enough to get over whatever minor hurdles his physical handicaps might present. But mainly, the main reason he's at this spot on my list is I needed to make sure he was above the median spot. Because if my spouse heard that I had put this waifish, sick, sad boy in the bottom half, they would literally have me arrested.
Kit would, too.
They would? All right, Claire, who's your number 10?
My number 10 is Echo.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, aside from being
enough.
good looking, he is a natural leader. He clearly has a lot of charisma. People look to him for guidance. I'm willing to look to him for I feel You guys all talked about, like, needing to teach him or take him under your wing. I feel like he's boned down at least a few times. He has some idea of what he's doing. He's very athletic, so I think there's probably some stamina there. Possibly he's too consumed with his very noble mission to really indulge in carnal pleasures. So even though he's an inventor, I feel like he probably hasn't put enough thought into sex to really have a lot of creativity applied to this part of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
All right, that just leaves Anna. Who's your number 10?
My number 10 is Alira Salo.
Spicy take.
Good for you.
This flamboyant twink talks a big game, but the moment you get a finger inside him, he's whining and moaning and squirming. This guy will not fuck you. You're gonna have to do the work. But I think if you do a good enough job, he'll remember you. That means he'll be knocking at your door. He'll be sending you presents. He'll be taking you out for dinner. He's got money, and you'll be spoiled, all for the low, low price of making him grovel and whimper into his pillow.
No, that's
when you
delicious.
put it like that.
Yeah.
That brings us up to our number 9s now. I'll start us off this time. My number 9 is Singed.
Ooh.
And it's at this spot that we have to ask ourselves, what does it mean that a character is into you? Because in the case of Singed, literally the only way I could imagine him being into me is if he somehow believed that fucking me would help him to cure his daughter.
Oh, wow.
And in that case, he's gonna be thorough, stoic, and absolutely relentless. Like, never before have I had so many intense, explosive orgasms under such clinical, impersonal circumstances. It's such a mixed bag, but like I think that ultimately the pleasure would be there. Like, honestly though, I'm gonna drop him a couple of spots if I don't get to pet Rio once we're done.
No.
It's important to pet Rio.
It's very important to pet Rio.
Rio needs pets.
Claire, who's your number 9?
My number 9 is Caitlin Kierman. Caitlin is a rich girl with a chip on her shoulder. She wants to fuck your brains out despite mommy and daddy. She spent a lot of her life not getting the respect that she feels she deserves, so she's got something to prove. That only works to my advantage. Her marksmanship, she's very focused. She's very precise. But we also see that she's willing to cut loose and get a little freaky and go down on her girlfriend in a prison cell spontaneously. So I feel like there's a good mix there.
Anna, who's your 9?
My number 9 is Cecil B. Heimerdinger. Sorry, Claire.
Wow.
You can mute my mic if you want for this.
No, I will suffer through it for the art.
Professor Heimerdinger is a very confident man. This fella's more than 300 years old. He has the confidence born of experience, and he's delighted by experimentation and novelty. He's a scientist, an inventor, an artist. I don't think you could do much better at straight-up sexual experience. I don't think it would be exciting. I think it would be good. And the question is not the question is not if I would find it good. It's if I'd find it exciting. The question is if I'd find it good. And the answer is, yeah, it's all right, pretty good. just because when you have that much experience and spontaneity, that goes a long way.
Be some whimsy and delight involved, I suppose.
Yeah.
It is wild to walk away from sex with just a little fur ball and be like, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
It's like, did not expect that.
Yeah. Guys, it was so normal. It was so normal.
It was so normal. No, it goes from normal to good. Because remember, normal was number 15.
Yeah, that's true.
Good is 9.
MeganBob, who's your 9?
Jayce. By the end of the show, he's a grizzled Luddite trying to overthrow his techno-magic creation. And as someone who is proudly anti-AI, can I just say, his politics are hot as hell. Even him at his most grizzled is probably still going to come too early, by his estimation.
Oh, yeah.
And then apologize a ton about it, which is never hot. This isn't about how long the sex lasts. This is about how many times am I going to have to hear I'm sorry before round 2? Because I've had great sex that lasted 3 minutes and I've had bad sex that lasted half an hour. So what I really need from Jayce is for him to shut the fuck up and order egg rolls so we can stuff our faces until he's hard again.
That brings us on to our number 8s now. Claire, start us off, please. Who is your number 8?
My number 8 is LeBlanc.
Yeah.
If Jayce is the bottomiest bottom, whoever bottomed, LeBlanc is the toppiest top, whoever topped, to the extent where, as y'all were observing, there are some consent issues involved, most likely.
Yeah.
Where am I going to put LeBlanc on my list? Wherever LeBlanc wants to be on my list, to be frankly.
That's true.
She has total control of your senses and perceptions. She can apparently create chains. That's a bonus. And apparently she has a form where she has tentacles. So, yeah, I mean, she's either like sexy evil lady with like sexy evil femme fatale body, or she's like a monster with tentacles. And I'm like, I'm down for either, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice.
So open-minded, Claire. So open-minded. Anna, who's your number 8?
Well, actually, funny you mentioned that, because my number 8 is also LeBlanc.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so she doesn't get a whole lot of screen time, but what we see is somebody who likes to make people into her plaything. And, she's got all the cool powers, magic chains, teleportations, illusions, but there is one thing which has sold me on this harder than anything else. Possession. Oh my god, LeBlanc reawakened my latent possession kink, which I haven't thought about since my 20s.
Oh, wow.
God damn. I forgot about that. Yes, please.
Her power.
It's like coming back to visit an old friend.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Bob? Who's your number 8?
Caitlin Caraman.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, ACAB. Secondly, she probably fucks real good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I think she fucks real good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she uses a strap with righteous fury kind of good. I don't know if that's enough to make me forget I'm fucking a cop, but hey, being fucked real good has made me forget lots of things much more cringe. So I am prepared to be an optimist about this.
Well, speaking of fucking morally compromised cops, my number 8 is Maddie.
Wow.
I mean,
Nice.
she's basically a manipulative spy who's able to put on a very believable Pollyanna-ish facade when the need arises. I feel like at the very least, she'd be an attentive and effective switch. And more specifically, I'll bet she really enjoys role-playing. And given that she was with Caitlin for a while, and I talked before about how strong that girl's imagination gets, I feel like she's very accommodating to whatever fantasies you would care to explore. All right. Those were our 8s. We now go on to our number 7s, and we are going to start with Anna. Who's your 7?
My number 7 is Silco. It's time to
Nice.
disappoint MeganBob.
Oh, no.
I think Silco would be fun if I really wanted to lean back into my most toxic, fucked up years, my early 20s. Relive all my old traumas, get back into hating myself. There would be control issues, there'd be threats, I'd absolutely find myself picking up smoking again and back on the drugs. But in this fantasy, that's hot as fuck. So in my fantasy, it will remain there at my number 7.
Yum.
I love that. It's less about who he is and more about who you become around him. I think that's
Basically.
really fascinating.
Well, I always say we are the sum of the people closest to us, so...
Yeah.
All right. Bob, who's your 7?
Mel Medarda. The only fuck on this list with a higher chance for silk sheets is Ambessa. And that's a completely different kind of luxury fuck. Picture, if you will, the champagne at the perfect temperature. The sheets somehow cool to the touch on your overheated skin. Her beautifully manicured nails tracing the contours of your body. The taste of a fruit that's perfectly ripe despite being out of season. This is the fuck of privilege and soft-spoken, meticulously curated comforts. She will expect the best from me because that's what she's used to, which we'll see how that goes for her. But hey, I definitely know I'm gonna have a great time with this caviar and goose down pillows fuck.
Hell
You
yes.
would. All right. That brings us to me. My number 7 is Benzo.
Yeah.
And this one,
Nice.
this one isn't complicated. Benzo's an older guy with a lot of experience who cares a lot, and I get the sense like he just likes to relax and kick back when the situation, allows him to. I'm seeing just a lot of laughing, probably some food and drinks in between sessions.
Yes.
You might be fucking on a mattress in the back of the pawn shop, but with Benzo, like, even those humble surroundings would rival those of the nicest hotel in Piltover.
Yeah. I feel like the key word is he'd be a comfy fuck for you.
Very comfy. Yeah. Absolutely no pretensions whatsoever. Claire, who's your number 7?
My number 7 is Maddie. I was not even slightly interested in this character until the heel turn.
Oh, wow.
And then
Yeah.
my blood pressure spiked, just sort of seeing the cold murder in her eyes was like, oh, yes, absolutely. She fucked the fascism into Caitlyn. That's good pussy.
Wow.
If I can imagine that I'm her mark, her, the person she's supposed to be seducing and building trust with so that she can later betray, I am 100% confident she will show me an excellent time. And even after the heel turn, I'll be like, worth it.
Ah!
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Those were our 7s. Moving on now to our number 6s. Anna, start us off again, please. Who is your number 6?
My number 6 is Viktor. So we've had ace characters on the podcast before, and because Viktor read as asexual to me, I looked him up, and then it turns out Arcane co-creator Christian Link confirmed that Viktor's asexual.
Oh,
fascinating.
Yeah. So,
that's really interesting.
And asexuality can be sexy. I mean, take your friend and mine, again, Annie Creighton, talking about Varric on the Dragon Age episode.
Yeah.
To me, Viktor comes across as a gay asexual who doesn't want to fuck, he just wants to talk magic mechanics. And this is great, because right now I'm role-playing an allosexual pansexual, but in real life I am an asexual lesbian, and I also love to talk about magic mechanics with my friends.
Aww.
So I want to get to know Viktor and make a different kind of magic, an arcane kind, you might say.
Aww.
That's lovely. All right, Claire, who's your number 6?
My number 6 is Jinx. To me, Jinx is the classic best pussy disorder archetype. She's mercurial, unpredictable. She really wants your approval.
Yeah.
And she's dangerous. This could go very, very badly for you. It probably will go very, very badly and very, very well, is what I'm imagining. I may be injured at the end of it, but I will be fine with it.
Yeah, sometimes it's worth it. My number 6, I'm going to break the seal on this character who has not been touched so far.
Yep.
My number 6 is Savika.
Nice.
Nice.
Savika chases base physical pleasures as a means of coping. Like, we see her drinking and smoking, and I fully think that sex is one of those things that she does to take the edge off. Like, this is not a romantic experience. This is self-medication. And you are her self-medication.
Yum, yum, yum.
And, there's something kind of flattering about that if you squint.
Yeah.
And you don't have the greatest self-esteem in the world.
Yeah.
Which, good news for me, I don't.
Love
She's
it.
not thinking about you specifically. She's thinking about not thinking about her entire life crashing down around her. But she's very, very motivated to not think about those things. And that motivation has to go somewhere. Might I suggest this dick?
May I humbly suggest?
MeganBob, who's your number 6?
Benzo. This is a guy who eats pussy. He's gonna sweep all the shit off the table, plonk my ass down, unwrap me like a present, and then eat me until we're both drenched. Yum.
All right. Whew. Hot stuff.
I know.
As we are
Nice.
getting into our top 5. Claire, who is your number 5?
Okay, so different person, but same reasoning as MeganBob. My number 5 is Vander.
Yeah.
I think Vander eats pussy like a starving man or a slavering wolf, perhaps.
Yes.
I think bartenders in general fuck.
Yeah. Yes.
It just seems like, it's the end of his shift. Maybe you're one of the last people in the bar. You're a little drunk. He's a little tired. Why not? Let's go in the back room, and then you have the best night of your life. Plus, he and Silco fucked. That kind of energy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely got expressed sexually in addition to the violence, perhaps concurrent with the violence.
Oh, yeah.
I should think so, yes.
Regarding Warwick, I would say that is kind of exactly how far into anthro I will go. I feel like more than once when discussing Warwick, I've asked my friends, you get one free before you're technically a furry, right? Right? Okay, as long as it's just Warwick, then it's okay.
Yeah, that's your hall pass.
Yep, furry hall pass, exactly. Yeah, I think that Warwick might go crazy for the scent of blood. I think he also goes crazy for the scent of pussy.
Yeah.
I hope so.
My number 5 is Vi.
Love it.
And everything I said about Savika, the chasing physical pleasure to cope with the miseries in her life, all of that applies here. However, Vi just has more range. She's down for the rough stuff, if that's what you're into. But if you're not, we see the gentleness that she shows Caitlyn. She's capable of moderating. The real selling point here is just consistency. Good day, bad day, it doesn't matter. Regardless of whatever huge emotions Vi is wrestling with, she's always ready to aggressively process them in your direction. And I mean that as the highest possible compliment.
Aww.
Bob, how about you? Who's your number 5?
Savika. Politically progressive lesbian mercenary type? Why, yes. I would like to be finger banged so hard I have to call in sick to work the next day. And yes, maybe she fucks me so hard that she dislocates my hip. But whatever, with her around, I'm spending all my time on my back anyway, so what the fuck is a few months more gonna matter?
That's a real glass half full kind of perspective on having your hip dislocated.
Thank you. I'm a real optimist.
That just leaves you, Anna. Who's your number 5?
My number 5 is Caitlyn Kiraman.
Nice.
Caitlyn's a woman of focus, and that gives us 2 angles. First, the angle where she is focused on me, and that could be fun. Maybe there's an element of chase, of teasing, of the fox flirting with the hound. But what I'm more interested is in the second angle is when she's focused on something else. What if I was an interruption? What if she was trying to do her work, and then I pulled her apart? Flustered her, caught her off guard, picked her stitches, made her come undone. And she's totally capable of catching up with me and putting her face back on, which is just another target for me to keep unpicking, and unpicking, and unpicking until she is a quivering mess in my bed.
Okay, those were our 5s. On now to our number 4s, and I will start us off here. My number 4 is Ambessa.
All right.
Yeah.
Big swing. Let's hear it.
Here's the thing. I think that a lot of the time, Ambessa is kind of a pillow princess. She pre-orders sex workers the way that normal people pre-order their morning coffee at Starbucks. And she has strong opinions about what she expects them to do. And I get it. She's busy running a military empire. She needs to make her downtime count. So yes, most of the time, she probably expects to get served. But you can't look at that towering pillar of sculpted muscle and tell me that she doesn't relish taking the lead when the mood strikes.
Yeah.
And I, for one, am enough of a switch that I'm more than willing to wait on her hand and foot, because when that coin flips, I want to be directly underneath it.
Oh. She's so powerful.
So powerful. Bob, who's your number 4?
Silco. Slimy rat man. Slimy rat man. He's a skinny little slimy rat man who is a bad person, but can still love and care about people. He's the perfect, but he's different for you. Which, look, getting the guy who is ruthless to give a fuck about you isn't necessarily a guarantee of great sex, but I'm enough of a gifted kid that getting an A+ from the one impossible to please teacher causes sex adjacent pleasure for me. Plus, giving a blowjob to a man in a suit in a high-backed office chair. Oh yeah. There is only so bad this can go for me. Oh,
That's understandable, yeah.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
thanks. He's so slimy.
Anna, who's your number 4?
My number 4 is my first big feels.
Ooh.
It's Vi.
Yeah.
I think sex with Vi would be a very specific kind of experience for me, and here's how it works. We all know that everything Vi does is driven by a sense of urgency and a need for control. And, look, I'm a lot the same. She and I are both elder siblings with a lot of responsibility, I get it. So obviously it would be a fight for dominance, and I mean, sure, there would be some wrestling, some shoving against walls, all that. Look, one detail changes this. Vi and I are both martial artists. That means we could have an actual, real, honest-to-goodness fuck fight.
Yeah.
Not a staged fuck fight with actors, but genuine sparring with actual black eyes and bloody noses.
Yeah.
It would not just be about who could make the other submit, but whether you could keep them down long enough to make them come without them springing a sudden and surprise reversal on you. The mind games and the physical contest would not just be until one person wins and the sex begins. It would be a battle of endurance all the way through the entire process. It would be exhausting. It would be painful in bad ways, and it would also be painful in really good ways. How often does this opportunity come along? Rare enough for me to make it my number 4.
All right.
That's astonishing. Very well done. How about you, Claire? Who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Savika.
Yeah.
Savika is quite possibly the hottest woman in fiction. The bod,
She's
the
up
sneer, the cigar.
Yes.
And we'll just pretend for the purposes of this fantasy that cigar smokers don't taste nasty. We'll just pretend that that's what's going on there. Because cigars look so sexy, right? We'll just go with the aesthetics of it. I feel like sex is the only source of joy in Savika's life. She has a very tough life. She lives in poverty. She's trying to kind of co-manage this crime empire. Her boss's crazy kid is causing problems for her. So I feel like she's so frustrated by being Silco's number 2 that in bed she needs to be number 1. I think she runs a tab at Babette's brothel. I think all the girls there absolutely adore her, and not just because she tips very well, because she genuinely tries to make everyone have a good time, because that's what makes her have a good time. Also, it goes without saying, robot arm, massive advantage. Who knows what kind of settings that thing has. And unlike Smeech's, I feel like hers works really well.
Yeah.
I will say that Jinx's replacement for her arm is less sexy and more dangerous and perhaps less sterilized. But the original arm, very hot.
Yeah, on the original arm, the blade only sometimes comes out. It's not out all the time.
So, next up, we come to our number 3s, and we're going to start with MeganBob. Who's your number 3?
This might surprise you, Dan, but my number 3 is Vander.
That's flabbergasting, Bob. Please explain yourself.
I looked at the numbers, and even though I want it, I think that there are 2 other people who it would be hotter. But but I don't know necessarily better. First of all, DILF, 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 DILF. I am such a dad fucker. It's not even funny. And this guy goes around dadding kids that aren't even his. He's like an alpha dilf. All of that.
Compulsive DILF.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta parent something quick. He has like an old fighter's body with the scars and the old wounds that still act up sometimes. Like, look me in the eyes and tell me this man does not fuck like a champ. You cannot. He fucks with his whole soul because he's just that kind of guy. He's going to be like passionate, affectionate, skilled, maybe even a little funny and sweet. And yes, obviously the science werewolf version of him can get it too. Like, oh, so many blades on that thing.
All right. Anna, who's your number 3?
Big feels, second in a row.
Ooh.
Love it.
It is Corin Singed Revok.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes.
God
A polarizing
bless.
figure.
Let's hear it.
Hear me out. Singed is a very wounded man. He cares about one thing, his daughter, and commits all manner of atrocities to help her, much like Marcus. However, the reason these two are so many numbers apart is that I think Singed would give me something. I tried to imagine a scenario where I wanted to fuck him and he wanted me, and you know what I came up with? I took a leaf from Sky's book and imagined myself as his lab assistant. But do you know why he's different from Viktor? Why I have a chance? Because he has known the touch of a lover. He is not asexual, not necessarily. He has had a child. So I hatch my cunning plan. I work at his lab, and I become his support staff. I make myself invaluable to him. I learn his comings and goings. I learn his weaknesses. I find what compels him, a brain, a focus, all that stuff, and I flaunt it. And when I think he's good and ready, I put a couple of drops of shimmer in his cuppa, serve it to him while wearing something slutty, and make good use of that chemically induced vigor.
Yeah.
Wow. Playing with fire. That is intense. Okay, Claire, who's your number 3?
My number 3 is Mel Medarda, the most beautiful woman in fiction ever.
100%. She is.
Just character design that
No question.
leaves you speechless. Absolutely gorgeous. As far as sex is concerned, her personality traits are also helpful in addition to her being extremely beautiful. She is cunning enough to go in with a plan, but she's kind and caring enough to genuinely want you to enjoy yourself and to devote herself to mutual enjoyment. You know, she's getting something out of it and you're getting something out of it. You know, you're scratching each other's backs, if you will. If the environment around your fuck matters to you, she's definitely your choice because she lives in luxury, has beautiful art and whatnot. I think she just loses herself for a moment in this particular kind of pleasure, the same way that she loses herself in the pleasure of making art or doing politics.
All right, that just leaves me for number 3. My number 3 is a big feels. And it's LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're out at a bar, trying and failing to lose yourself at the bottom of a glass, when you hear a voice call your name. You turn around and you see Ashley, the girl you had an enormous, head over heels, mind-obliterating crush on back in high school. You haven't seen her in years, but the look in her eyes is unmistakable. She is delighted to see you. The two of you start to talk, and all the things that were barriers before are just gone now. She's warm and friendly, open and smiling. She touches your shoulder or your hand, and her eyes sparkle when she laughs. One drink turns to 3, and then 4, and before long, you two are kissing and undressing each other as you climb the steps to your house. The sex that results is unbelievable. Decades of regrets and longing, judo flipping into something intense and magnetic and propulsive. Just as your orgasm approaches, you look into her face and see something's off. You would swear her skin is paler than it was a second ago. Her hair had turned black and her cheekbones, were they always that sharp? Then you come so hard you literally lose consciousness. When you come to later that night, she's gone, with no sign that she was ever there, except a black rose left on the pillow and a note that reads, Ashley doesn't know what she missed.
Oh.
Poetry. Just utter poetry there, Dan.
Thank you. All right, top 2, everyone. MeganBob, start us off. Who's your number 2?
Ambessa Medarda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Either she'll take advantage of me and use me for her own satisfaction, or she'll invite me into her world to share the pleasure of taking advantage of others. Both of these feel mixed. Let's be clear. It's very, very hot because no one in the show has a bigger dick than she does. And
It's true.
I am enough of a size queen to turn into Tex Avery whenever she walks by. The sex will leave me broken in every way possible and probably ruined for other lovers afterwards. But if I am going to be broken, I want to be broken by the very best.
How about you, Claire? Who's your number 2?
Okay, well, I do have to argue that someone else has a bigger dick, canonically.
Oh, yes?
Number 2, this is big feels for me. Number 2 is Viktor, because we see Viktor's package at one point, and it is large.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
this man's power is such that, despite having canonically huge wang, the fandom has transed him to the extent that fics about him have to be tagged cis Viktor. Because the assumption is
wow.
it will be a trans Viktor.
Really?
I love that for him, regardless of what you think he's packing and whether that was the original model, perhaps something modified. I would just like to reiterate that the author is dead and Christian Linky can bite me. Animation is a collaborative medium, and clearly some of the animators understood that this man fucks. The sexual energy roiling off this man in his body language, in his eye contact, the eye fucking with Jayce at all times, so hot. And the fact that he's eye fucking this man who is somehow a golden retriever himbo and a super genius at the same time and has no idea what's going on. And so Viktor has to eye fuck him all the harder.
He's too dumb. I have to fuck him harder.
Yes. The amount of /reader fanfic I have read about Viktor should be illegal. And to clarify for those not in the know about fan fiction, there is a type of fan fiction where you want to write smut about a character, but you don't want to write smut about them fucking someone else who's in the show. You want to write second-person smut about them fucking you. That is /reader, where the fic is Viktor /reader. Viktor is so hot that the fandom is constantly imagining themselves fucking him, and I love that for us. His stocks start real high when he's kind of an arrogant guy swaggering around with that cane and, trying to put Jayce in his place. But then, he sees Jayce's vulnerability and he's trying to, reach out to Jayce. He definitely has had like a bunch of sex with like TAs and stuff who are trying to get in good with Heimerdinger. And his stocks only go up as he transitions into this cosmic being that's a total control freak, extremely hot, that he's sort of puppeting people around. I'm ready to sign up for that and give myself over to the glorious evolution.
Wow.
You would be his robot puppet slave.
God willing.
MeganBob, I feel like in the future we need to make sure we always pull at least one person who is just ravenously involved in the fandom.
Oh, yeah.
In order to really speak the truth that some of us might miss, because that was excellent.
Yeah.
That's
It's an
fantastic.
interesting illustration of the distance that can exist between canon and what we call fanon, which is where the fandom has sort of
Yeah.
collectively arrived at an interpretation of a character that casual viewers did not arrive at. And the entire fandom thinks that he fucks. And that is our fanon. That is our
This
shared
disparity
truth.
is bringing me back to my Homestuck days.
Oh, wow. Homesick.
We're still on our number 2s, believe it or not. And my number 2 is Mel.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Mel is the only person here who is both a calculating political manipulator and genuinely emotionally intelligent, which just like compounds into someone who's gonna know exactly what you want, probably well before you yourself have even made up your mind about it. Like, obviously the sheets are gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
That's just a given. And if I go with me here, if I can just like get her to let her guard down, get a little bit messy, get some of those braids to come loose, so that her hair hangs over her face as she gets closer and closer to climax.
Oh my God.
And then,
Yes.
in the moment of release, her hair and eyes turn white and her body turns that deep purple color,
Yeah.
and the golden lines on her body shine out, illuminating the room around us.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, I fell into a fanfic there. Yeah, I've clearly done some thinking about this, so Mel's my number 2. That's all I need to say about that.
Absolutely.
And how about you, Anna? Who's your number 2?
My number 2 is my third in a row, my third and final big feels. It's Jinx.
Good for you. Good
All
for
right.
you.
I can fix her.
Oh, wow.
Nothing more needs to be said, but please say
Yeah.
more.
We have established already that this is a fantasy. That means I can lean into all the things that I think are a bad idea in real life and ridiculously sexy in fiction. I am not above admitting that I suffer from white knight syndrome. And listen, Jinx has her own worst enemy, but in season 2, we see she's capable of living a fulfilling life. Step 1, kill Vi. Step 2, actually, no, not necessarily, but listen, I think I could pull her from this mess, show her what actual love and care looks like, sit through her nervous babbling and her deflective tangents, act as her hallucination checker, because I've done it before. Not to get a little too real on Mike, but I have a track record of rescuing people from bad situations, of being a mental health checker, being the supporter who gave way too much. And I was in a really bad place through it all and have literal PTSD from it. But listen, you know what's great for PTSD? Fantasy. This is fantasy. And I, as a former gifted kid who loves the idea of fixing the impossible, would love to be the single person who can help her get through her defining character trait that she is a Jinx and she fucks up everything she touches. And what do I get in return? I get a vivacious, scintillating woman who makes incredibly cool things, who no doubt brings that personality into the bedroom, and I mean also gadgets and super speed. The potential applications are limitless.
Love it.
Good on you. And good on Jinx, too. Okay. We've reached the top, everyone. This is it. Our number 1's the Zenith. I'll start us off. My number 1 is Vander.
Yay.
And look,
Yay.
Nice.
I'll be
Okay.
honest. I came in here planning to be the voice of dissension. The one who looked into the face of a room full of monster fuckers and said, "Your werewolf man is mid at best."
Wow.
But guess what? I can't. I just can't do it. There's no way that Vander isn't a top tier lay on any list you put him on, regardless of what form he's in. Like, whether it's the middle-aged DILF with a dark and blood-spattered past from season 1, or the tormented monster who combines the best parts of both the Wolfman and Frankenstein from season 2, there's no getting around it. Even to a comparatively vanilla straight man with no interest in monsters like myself. It turns out the real monster was the limitations I put on myself and my thinking. And now that monster is dead. My asshole has been destroyed by a werewolf, and I couldn't be happier.
Beautiful.
Anna, who is your number one?
My number one is Savika.
Oh, good choice.
Savika, my beloved, big woman, big, mean, nasty woman, beautiful nose, super strong, capable of pushing me around. And my reasoning is actually the same as Claire's, because Savika is an eternal 2IC. She's always the lieutenant, never the captain. And remember what I said earlier with Huck about people taking opposite roles. Again, like Claire said, Savika is always second fiddle, cleaning up Silco's mess. Yeah, no, she becomes a beast in the bedroom, utterly commanding, possibly, not probably, but possibly a rival to Ambessa Madara.
Oh.
And she gathers all her frustration, all her rage, every bit of bullshit she has to deal with, and takes it out on me. And also, I think the taste of tobacco is sexy. I'm an ex-smoker. I like it.
Nice.
But what lifts her to this point in the list afterwards is that she cares. Remember when she told Silco that she could relate to Jinx because she also didn't get along with her father? Remember how she held fast to her loyalties even when it was really tempting? Savika cares so much, and she's so loyal. And yes, she'll tear my sheets and make me scream, but then she'll curl up on my chest and let me play with her hair and trace her scars. And when we're out in public, I'll look at her and I'll wink, and she'll sneer at me because she's got to put a face on. But then 10 minutes later, we'll be in the back room trying to keep from breaking the things on the shelves.
No.
I love Savika.
Savika's great.
I can tell.
Just a bit.
MeganBob, who's your number one?
This is kind of a surprise. It was a surprise to me, but Vi.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Absolutely
All right.
stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Is it wrong that I want her when she's a hard drinking, down on her luck fighter making bad decision after bad decision? Just kidding.
Not.
It's definitely wrong, but still, the pussy wants what it wants, and what it wants to experience is those bloody knuckles in a more intimate context. Sure, it's going to be sloppy and aggressive at this point in her journey, but coming from her, that's hot as hell. The only thing hotter is maybe fucking her in the jail cell, but that's only hot with the fucked up power dynamics, and I'm a lot of things, but I ain't a fucking cop. So, drunken gay sex it is.
Bob, never would I have imagined that you would have picked Vi as your number one, and I would have picked Vander as my number one.
know.
Like, what a reversal of fortunes we are seeing here today. Truly, this beyond anything else is a sign that we take the premise of the show seriously.
We've
Character
grown.
growth going on here, I believe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Claire, take us home. Who is your number one?
I have absolutely no character growth involved in my number one.
Yay!
These are big feels. These are very big feels. I lost my mind after watching the very first episode of Arcane from the instant that Silco sauntered onto the screen.
Yes.
I was down bad from the first flash of a dagger used during an intimidating, slightly cringe monologue. He's a schemer. He's very controlled, but he has violent outbursts. Do I want him to be soft for one person? No, absolutely not. I don't want him to be soft for me. I want him to be using me.
Wow.
He absolutely fucked Vander before, during, and after their attempts to kill each other.
Yeah.
They probably broke all kinds of furniture and architecture in the last drop. Also, no one else... MeganBob alluded to this a little bit, but I will go ahead and say that the vibes with Jinx were rancid.
Yeah.
The vibes with
Yeah.
Jayce were not cool. Is he a father
Yes.
figure to her? Absolutely. Are there some bad boundaries of excessive intimacy going on between them? Yes, and I'm here for it. I am a
Yes.
filthy Jinx Silco shipper. I'm so sorry to say.
Yes.
Wow.
The absolute
Yes.
lepers of the
Wow.
Arcane fandom.
Oh,
Because
love it.
it's wrong and it's bad, and that's what I want in fiction.
Yes. Yes.
Furthermore, the voice. Is Silco
Yes.
going to monologue about class warfare while he's in my pussy? Yes, and I am fine with that. He could be reading the Piltover phone book to me, and I would be fine with that. Whatever is going on with his weird, indeterminate accent, I'm here for it. Now, with
It's a
my
very good
fandom
voice.
expertise, I will point out that once on Twitter, I read a gay man tweeting, "Wait a minute, do straight women think Silco is a top?" I would say that he has the range to be anything. I think he's perhaps a natural bottom, but he has become such a control freak due to his trauma with Vander that he now needs to top. He needs to be running the show at all times, and I'm perfectly happy to let him run my show. I have shipped this man with everyone. He is my fandom little black dress because I am just so horny with him. I want to imagine him fucking anyone and everyone, including myself in /reader fanfiction. Silco is... There was never any question that Silco was going to be my number one.
Beautiful.
All right.
Absolutely beautiful.
Well, that was a hell of an epic that we all just went through. So while the dust settles and the numbers calculate in the background, let's take perhaps an ill-advised look at each other, and let's unpack some stuff. All right, Anna, I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Okay, so you expressed on a number of your takes a certain amount of fear and trepidation. Like, you mentioned that there were some characters that you found either intimidating, like Mel and Ambessa, or outright terrifying, like Vander.
Or Smeech.
You were, or Smeech, yeah, great point. That you were putting them low on the list as a result. And then you come in here with Singed as your number 3. And I just have to ask, like, in what, like, why does he not trigger any of your fear responses when you consider spending the night with this man? Because he triggers a lot of my fear responses, I'll tell you what. The man loves a hypodermic needle.
Ooh.
He doesn't trigger my fear responses because he's a scientist. And I have a background in engineering.
Okay.
I know how scientists think. They don't scare me. They turn me on. That hypodermic needle, that is just a tool. One of many tools. I can also bring tools, and I can get inside his head in a way that most scientists are too lacking self-awareness in to comprehend. But
Fascinating.
But Mel, she's just so beautiful, and she's so high above me. She's so lovely. And then we have Ambessa Medada, no chance, no control, unreasonable in the sense that there's no agency there. Same with Smeech, same with Warwick. Just that's why they're so low on the list, because there's no sense of I don't have a chance. And this will actually come up in What Have We Learned, because I learned something about myself from this list.
Yay.
Fascinating. All right, we'll put a pin in that.
All right. Claire, cover your ears. I have to ask a Yordle question.
All right.
If it's about Heimerdinger, I'll survive.
Okay.
You don't want to think about Heimerdinger?
No, come on.
What do we think Yordle cum tastes like? Because I feel like Heimerdinger's taste like cotton candy, but Smeech's, there's no way. Smeech's can't.
Yeah.
Like, it tastes like what if candy was poisonous?
Yeah, remember that Smeech is drug fucked, so his cum is going to taste wrong no matter what.
Yeah.
I really like the idea that it does taste like cotton candy, but, like with cough syrup mixed in or something.
Like sickly?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
I think,
Like cloying and medicinal.
I mean, that sounds like Pepto-Bismol to me, is what that flavor combination translates to.
Ooh.
It's
That's
like-
fascinating.
It's like when you get a mouthful of Skittles and it's like you chew them all down and it's so sugary that it burns and you need to drink water to clear your mouth out.
Oh, I love it. I love this.
Smeeches specifically taste like black licorice, though.
Oh,
like, there's just...
Cursed.
Yeah.
Gross.
I like
Cursed.
black licorice.
Good for
Maybe
you.
that'll
There
be
you
bringing
go.
him up a few more notches on the list.
Yeah, more for you, my
Don't
friend.
they have some kind of salted licorice in Sweden? That could be even better.
Yeah, they do. They got all kinds of freaky licorice.
So, Claire, you mentioned a couple of times kind of fixating on prosthetic arms in this series.
yeah.
You know, you specifically called out who had a good fake arm and who had a bad fake arm. What do you think about Victor's, like, third arm that he uses in the game, but, like, we only kind of see it as a little, like, tabletop prosthetic that they're demonstrating to Heimerdinger? Like, where does that rank?
The thing about Victor's extra arm is that it's very spindly, and it's sort of, it doesn't really seem to have, it's kind of like pointy at the end, isn't it?
Oh,
so
no.
Yeah.
I don't
It's got an emitter of
find
some
it
kind.
particularly sexy because it doesn't seem like it would be good for stimulating my bits.
It reminds me kind of like Dr. Octopus's tentacles from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, you know, with the little like kind of
I'm into
pinchers at
those,
the end of
though.
it. Oh, okay.
Because
All
they're
right.
thick.
Okay. I see.
I like spindly men, but apparently I don't like spindly robots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just think about it. With the Doc Ock arms, there's 2 to pin your wrists, 2 to pin your hips, and 2 hands free to caress your cheeks.
Aww.
It's whichever cheeks you choose.
Exactly.
What do you guys think fucking on Shimmer is like? Do you think it's like coke? You just can't or like heroin? There's no fucking, or is it like, because Shimmer seems to be like swingy.
Yeah.
Now, the vibe I get from Shimmer in the show is that it kind of it can have different formulations, maybe, because it seems like there are some versions of Shimmer that like make you all roided out, but then there are also some versions of Shimmer that like relax you. So I don't know if they really like came up with a drug profile for Shimmer, if they were just like, it does whatever we need it to do as the plot device. But yeah, maybe there's an upper Shimmer and a downer Shimmer.
Yeah.
I guess in my mind, I was kind of seeing it as like as an upper, but then like you had a real big crash afterwards, because like most people seem to use it as a stimulant. You know, like that's even what like Alira is using it for when he's you know, trying to like get his paralysis addressed. So and you know, that's what happens when Victor takes it, obviously. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's just like maybe the come down is really harsh. You know, it's like cocaine and then heroin. You know, so and neither of those sound great. Certainly not in combination.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm with Dan on this one because, yeah, it always seems to be used to push something up to stimulate growth, blood flow. In Vi's case, it's used to patch up a wound, like to stimulate that. And people seem to physically expand and engorge, and you see bulging veins, which would suggest that it would stimulate an erection. So if you're keen for something bestial, or maybe even just a little bit to take the be like fantasy Viagra, that could work.
Yeah.
I am concerned that the erection would last longer than 4 hours, though.
Yeah.
You guys think there's a cut of Arcane where like every time someone is on Shimmer, they just have an enormous boner, and
Absolutely.
Netflix just had to like crack down on it?
What I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing.
That's
French
pretty
people
fucking funny.
animated this show. So yes, there are
they
definitely horny
definitely did
outtakes
that.
that the world
Yeah.
will never see.
oh,
For sure. Release the boner cut. Come on.
Yeah.
The bonus cut? There's something there, the bonus cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have one more question. The threesome you want to be in?
I So my favorite threesome in Arcane fan fiction is Viktor, Mel, and Jayce, but we can just take Jayce out and put me in there, and that's fine.
You're like, Jayce is adding nothing.
Honestly, it's an improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was gonna be real messed up, I would say Mel and her mom, but I'm not gonna say that because that's messed up.
Yeah.
That's hot, though.
Yeah,
It is hot.
Unless, JK, unless.
Well, you could get LeBlanc to transform into both.
Oh, there you
them.
go.
Yeah.
And then there's no guilt because, you're not making them participate in anything traumatic.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just get two beautiful women.
Yeah.
Mine, I think, would be me possessed by LeBlanc fucking Mel.
Ooh.
Yep.
Fascinating.
Because remember what we said about confidence?
Yeah.
Mhm.
LeBlanc doesn't have that issue. And I think possession is... It boggles me how sexy it is and how long I haven't thought about it for. So if I have this inability to... If I'm not capable of being unconfident, then Mel is fucking my body, but she's actually fucking someone she despises.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's tempting.
The vibes between them are intense.
Yeah. That's good. That's good shit.
Oh, you know what? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna change my answer. It's Vi and Savika fighting over me. That's the hottest.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. No notes.
That's very good. That's extremely
They're
good.
both trying to get you to think they're the hottest, and they're doing it in part by doing stuff to you and in part by doing stuff to each other.
Yep, exactly.
It's like
Yep.
the fuck fight, but you don't have to fight.
Hey, I'll fight, but I'm gonna lose, and that's fine. That's also fine.
Mine is like a cozy if only of Vander and Silco. Because
Yeah.
I know.
Not that
I know.
I feel like that would not be cozy. That would be
But there was a time when it was cozy.
in
like,
the alternate
briefly.
timeline, it could be a cozy threesome, I guess.
Okay, I'll take that.
Ooh, we're doing the alternate universe version.
Yeah, the coffee shop AU. It's cozy as hell. Sweater
Well,
weather,
this
baby.
this universe comes with its own AU.
It's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
that's true. All right. Well, I think we've done good arcano science here today, and I'm delighted to say that we have the numbers. We have our objective list. So let's take a look at it right now.
Let's get it.
At the bottom of the list, our number 21, surprising no one because he cannot catch a break, is Huck.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
That's just.
Sorry, man.
Yep. Right above him in the sewer, number 20 is Smeech.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Number 19, a poor showing from the Chem Barons, is Finn. We almost put a lot more Chem Barons on the list, and I'm very curious as to where they would have landed.
Yeah.
But number 18 is Heimerdinger.
Scandalously high. Much too high.
Yeah. You really did your damnedest to drag him down, Claire. Number 17 is Marcus.
Yep.
Number 16 is Alira Salo.
Mm-hmm.
Number 15 is Echo.
Poor guy.
Poor
Number
boy. He's
14
a nice young
is... He is a nice young man. Number 14 is Singed.
Mm.
Wow.
Number 13 is Jayce.
Poor guy.
Oh, incredible. Number 12 is Jinx.
Nice.
Which, it was... Jinx is basically me and Anna playing tug of war.
man. Basically.
Number 11 is Benzo.
Nice.
Number 10 is Maddie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have a tie for number 9,
Ooh.
and talk about your wild threesomes. Number 9 is a tie between Caitlyn and Ambessa.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sure someone's written fic of that, and I need to go find it right now.
Oh, there is...
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You could read so much sexual tension in their relationship.
Yeah.
And speaking of a wild threesome, we have a 3-way tie for number 7.
Oh, hell yeah.
Between Viktor, Vander, and LeBlanc.
Whoa.
Interesting assortment. Very different vibes there.
Wow.
Very different. All over the place. Number 4 is Silco.
Pulled them
Nice.
up as far as I could.
You did your best. You
did so
great.
well.
He's in the top 5. Number 3 is Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Surprising
Number
no one.
2 is Vi.
All right.
And number 1, again, surprising no one, is Savika.
Nice.
So-
That's justice.
Nice.
Excellent.
That makes Huck our Nadir, Savika our Zenith, and right smack dab in the middle at the median position is Benzo.
I love that for him.
Yeah.
That's
Beautiful.
That's the universe of Arcane, ranked in order of fuckability. Scientifically, incontrovertible.
That feels like a good, accurate list.
Yeah.
I think so too. That seems very correct to me.
Well, and I feel like the top 10 was really challenging here because this is a very sexy cast.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's just so many different kinds of hot.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
I literally switched some of my top 10 on the fly during this recording. That's how
Wow.
close it was.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get into exactly how hot this universe is. What would each of you give the universe of Arcane on a scale from 1 to 10 boners?
I'm going to say 9. I'm going to say 9 because there are some of the hottest characters ever in this, but then there is also like a little pathetic cluster that I really don't fuck with. Go kind of over in the like my bottom 5, kind of dragging it down. But they can only drag it down one boner. That is the strength of the rest of the cast.
I'm going to give this one an 8, and my reasoning is very simple. There are fully 16 out of 20 characters on the list who are a yes from me, which is an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's Finn, Smeech, Warwick, and Marcus who are out.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting looking at this list because I feel like, as you might expect, usually there's a range of yeses, a range of nos, and then a range of maybes in between. And it's like, I have one maybe on my list, which is Finn. And like, then after that, there's just a giant cliff with a bunch of nos after that. It feels like there's a gulf. It feels like we need about 10 more characters on this list to like make up the gap between Finn and Alira Salo on my list. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm going to give this one a 7.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think I'm going to give it an 8 because it is extremely hot. But even though I would love to give it a 9, I cannot in good conscience give it a 9 because I know that even though I don't really have any nose, I know that I don't want to fuck Finn and I don't really want to fuck Smeech. So I have to be honest with myself about that.
It's so rare on this show, Bob, that you get an actual literal slimy little rat man.
I know.
And you're just turning up your nose at him. This poor guy.
I don't want to fuck a gremlin. Like, it's fine if somebody is a gremlin, but I don't want to fuck like a literal gremlin from Gremlins.
All right.
A mogwai or whatever the fuck.
Well, clearly we've learned a lot here. But let's say one thing down. What have we learned here today?
I learned I can watch things that have feelings in them, and sometimes it's worth it.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
Sometimes it's nice to cry.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to watch something and go, ow, 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 why are you doing this to me? But it's so good. It's like, it's such a good show.
Yeah, the ending of season 1 is possibly the most emotionally devastating to any season of a show I can think of.
Absolutely.
It rules so hard. It's astonishingly good. Yeah.
In a show about, now's not the time for media analysis, but in a show that's about what people do when they're helpless, it leaves the viewer helpless at the end, watching all these trains about to collide. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's incredible.
What have I learned? I learned that there is a tier below pathetic for me, that usually pathetic is the bottom.
Oh,
but
yeah?
the tier below pathetic is twee. apparently.
Oh.
So yeah, that's really what drove Heimerdinger down to the depths.
Oh no.
Fascinating.
Oh my god, that's brutal.
You don't like a bit of drollness?
No, I don't.
I learned two things today. One, Dan put it super well. A lot of my planning was thinking about who I would be if I fucked this person, what they would make me into. And what I learned is that I'm attracted to terrible, bad things that will make me a worse person.
Yum, yum, yum.
Maybe that's just because I was raised Catholic and my first experiences of gender envy came from the quote-unquote dirty emo girls I went to high school with. But apparently I want to be all the things I can't be, and that is a cigarette-smoking, white-knighting drug abuser who gets fantastic sex from people who are terrible.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I firmly believe that, like, a big component of smut for me. Smut often kind of has this role in my life that I feel like horror movies do for other people, where it's like a catharsis of imagining yourself in just the worst possible situations, which is why I really love dark
Very
smut
good,
with bad characters. So, you know, it's, well, I don't know. Is Victor a good person? Victor's a good person for a while, but then he's sort of not a person anymore.
He's ambivalent.
He loses himself.
Yeah, he's shockingly high on my list, considering that he at least starts out as a good person. But of course, my number one was never going to be a good person.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
The other thing I learned was that I'm attracted to struggle. Each of my top 5 has some kind of conflict or trickery or effort, and in turn, Ambessa and Warwick got bumped, and even Mel got bumped down the list, because they're so one-sided that it's impossible. I didn't know this about myself until I made my list, but I like the fantasy of a relationship where I am the stone in their shoe, the loose tooth they can't stop worrying, and someone who has to struggle with them in some way or another, whether it be distraction from investigations or subterfuge as a lab assistant or white knighting or a literal actual punch-up. I don't know. Something about it gets me. I want there to be a fight.
Yeah, I get it.
I think I learned that being a monster fucker is a spectrum.
Yeah.
And I may be at the far end of it, but I'm on it.
Wow.
You get one for free.
Yeah.
You get one for free.
That's it. That's exactly it. All right.
As a treat.
I think that about does it. MeganBob, shall we move on to our finalist segment?
Yes. This is it. Our very finalist segment. Plugs. All right. Plug your stuff, Anna.
All right. Well, yes. So, for those who don't know me, my name's Anna, of course, but I come from Crooked Russian Cam. You guys know Annie Creighton. You guys know Mackenzie. Yeah, I'm from there. I do D&D stuff with them. I run their D&D game, Gem Jammer. I also occasionally guest on I Will Fight You with our very good friend Lucas Brown. If you've ever seen an episode titled Wolfpack, that's me. I'm on that. I also have a website where I put photos of things, and also I do Armor 3 stuff, which is totally out there, but all the links to my podcasting stuff is on there as well. And that is palindrome.au. And if you don't feel like going to my website, palindrome.au, my blue sky is palindrome.bisky.social.
Thank you so much. All right, Claire, plug your stuff.
My stuff is that I co-host a show called Relationship Mastery, which is part of the System Mastery network of podcasts, which I was inevitably drawn into as John is my husband and Jeff is my best friend of almost 30 years. So there was no chance for me. Jeff and I co-host Relationship Mastery. We talk about dating, friendship, sex, all of which we have had at least once. And then I do appear from time to time on the other System Mastery shows, Movie Mastery, Afterthought, etc. And I did mention that I write a lot of fan fiction, but I will not plug that because I have a bit of a firewall between my real life identity and my fan fiction identity because, as I said, I like that rancid shit. And in today's internet, you cannot have that associated with your real name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I am MeganBob, and I am the creator and horny genius behind Hard Choices. And we have a Patreon that you can go to at patreon.com/hardchoices and get bonus content. We make Aloe and Ace are on the case, where Annie Creighton and I look at horrible sex toys. I love it. I spend way too much time on Temu and Alibaba. And no, have I been on Alibaba yet? No. AliExpress is the one I haven't been on.
No, you need to get a pallet of sex toys from Alibaba. That's where you get that
I do.
industrial quantities.
You have to I'd have to open up business. I'd have to go into business for myself and be like, I will become the purveyor now. But yeah, I spend way too much time. I have too many saved links of horrible sex toys. And I cannot stop, and I will not stop. So if you want to hear Annie Creighton and I and a guest, or sometimes guests, try to make sense of the horrible things that people want to stick into their bodies, you got to go over to patreon.com/hardchoices and get on that bonus content.
Hell yes.
I highly recommend the episodes that Claire and Jeff were on, because they are some of the best. Truly hilarious.
Have to check them out.
So fucking funny. So fucking funny.
You do enjoy talking about nasty things being put in each other's bodies.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's good shit. We got to get you guys back on it. It's so good. I think that's it for this episode. Come back next month to find out what we're going to talk about then, because I don't know yet. And until then, stay hard. This has been Hard Choices. If you want to show your support and get access to all kinds of extra episodes, outtakes, and other goodies, go to patreon.com/hardchoices. You can get in on the after party for as little as $1.69, baby! You can see more of MeganBob's solo work over at onlyfans.com/MeganBob. It's free to subscribe, and there's some choice stuff to savor if you're ready to drop a few bucks on bespoke sexiness. If you had a good time listening, please leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Heck, drop a recommendation to us on social media. Tell a friend about the show. Tell your favorite subreddit. Anything you do to spread the word means a ton and helps Hard Choices become more powerfully thirsty than ever before. This episode was produced by Dan Mulkerin. The music used in this production is licensed through Upbeat. You can find details in our show notes and hear lots of great tunes at upbeat.io, spelled UPPBEAT.io. The Hard Choices logo is designed by Elliot B.K. Lang. Please go follow their work at Elliot B.K. Lang on Blue Sky, spelled ELLIOTBKLANGE.BSKY.social. Their art is so cute! If you'd like to get into touch with us, email hardchoicespod@gmail.com and say, hey. Thank you so much for listening and hanging out with us. You're a peach!